In today's video, we have a long-term review of this right here, the Fight Camp boxing system. Sloppy. Right after this. Hey everyone, this is Stevie Richards. Welcome back to the Garage Gym. And as I said in the top of this video, we have an updated review on the Fight Camp boxing system. This review is well over 1 year in the making. 1 year using the Fight Camp boxing system. And I have to say, overall, it's a positive experience. We're going to go through the build quality. We're going to talk about why we're not using the official Fight Camp gloves, and then give an update on my spine infection, how I'm using the Fight Camp to further my road to recovery. I just want to let you know, I'm doing these segments, these chapters, by the way, timestamps in the description below, as well as the pinned comment. I'm doing this in between rounds of this and going into the sauna. So for most of this review video, I'm going to be out of breath. So let's start off this long-term review of the Fight Camp by talking about the build quality of the heavy bag. And obviously, if the build quality isn't good, this bag still wouldn't be here well over 1 year later after I unboxed it, set it up, and did the initial review here on the YouTube channel. But as you look at this B-roll of me going around, outside of some smudges and dirt that I can wipe off with a wet rag, or I use basically one of those disinfectant, kind of like disposable cloths to wipe this down, it's held up to being almost new. Right now, it's literally just been used, so it's a little roughed up, but there's no rips, there's no breaks, there's no separation in any of the stitching or anything. This has held up extremely well. I have no idea why. I know it's a lot more expensive than some of the heavy bags you'll see on Amazon, like Wave Masters and stuff like that, but this here has held up way, way better than any other heavy bag, especially the freestanding ones that go back and forth from the floor like this. It's held up extremely well. By the way, speaking of which, if you see as I'm punching it, it moves. I still haven't filled it up completely with water and the base gel. There's a base gel you can buy off Amazon that will weigh it down without using a ton of water. So I'm gonna probably buy the base gel, do this. But for now, I like to move it around on the hand truck or even just roll it around manually so I can take it outside, get the free tan, you know all about that, and then bring it back in here. So the only reason it's doing this is because there's hardly any water and or base gel in the base of the boxing bag right here. So that's the only reason. There's no defect, and it's not a unheavy type heavy bag, if that makes sense. So I want to talk about the thing that I think makes the Fight Camp boxing system stand out beyond anything else. And there's a couple things that actually work in tandem with this, and I'm talking about the app. The Fight Camp app is probably the most mature, full-featured fitness app that I've used, as far as using it for boxing, especially because you can use the punch trackers to count your punches, you can compete against other people, and most importantly, the thing that I don't use nearly enough is the fact that you can learn how to box and kickbox with the built-in classes in the Fight Camp app. I believe this app really stands out head and shoulders above the rest of pretty much all fitness apps, in my opinion. So here we have the punch trackers, and also I didn't mention this, but this is also my favorite part of the system, and that's the quick wraps, because all you have to do is just take the punch tracker out of here, which it charges right up for you, put the punch tracker in here, then put your gloves over the quick wrap after you wrap this up. If you've ever wrapped your hands with regular wrist wrap or wrist tape for boxing, you'll definitely appreciate the quick wraps, how fast they are. Quick wraps. You put them on quick, take them off quick, and so nice to be able to get started with your workout. And then after you're finished, take these off, charge up the punch tracker, and you're ready to go. So probably just for me personally, the one big negative about the Fight Camp boxing system are the gloves. And this is strictly just a personal preference on my part. I prefer these MMA gloves, the open finger ones where I can just grab my drink like that, or in the B-roll you'll see, I can grab my drink, I can take a drink, take a break, I can handle music, do stuff like that, grab things I need to grab, and also it hurts less. I don't know why. I said it in the long-term review as well as the initial review, that because I've broken these fingers, the hands, all that stuff throughout my wrestling career. But for some reason, when I punch with these, whether I use mine or my wife's, which is one size smaller, it just always seems to hurt my knuckles, my wrist, and there's a specific ligament or tendon in both my thumbs that's feeling it right now. So that's what I'm saying. I'm probably an exception or an outlier to the actual rules. So you may enjoy using these gloves. And by the way, these are heavy gloves. So when you use these and then you go to these, you're going to be, I mean, I won't be so much quicker because I'm not fast, but you're going to be so much faster. So if you can train with these or even a heavy glove of a different brand and then move to something like this or back and forth to test your speed and accuracy, that is definitely something I recommend. The gloves have held up well. I haven't used them as much as I wanted to because of the obvious reasons that I said, but the build quality of this and the material matches up to the heavy bag just a little bit. There's a bit more kind of grit and kind of stitching and stuff on this, but it reminds me, and it's right on brand what Fight Camp wants to do. So that's a small negative besides the price. Obviously, that could be a little prohibitive to people, but I said in the last review, you can piece it together possibly, get these gloves, 28 bucks on Amazon instead of these, and then maybe another heavy bag, but I'm not sure. We're gonna wait to my conclusion because I have to think about that as far as if the heavy bag is worth it, even lasting so well over the past year plus that I've been using it. So my conclusion after a year plus of having this in my home gym, where we were at before in Georgia, and now the garage gym 2.0 here in Florida, well, it's still here, so obviously I like it, but after a year plus of using it, I can see the value. And if a lot of people use the Fight Camp boxing system, not just for boxing, but other fitness workouts, which are on the app. So it's not just boxing. They have strength, they have core, they have other stuff that they're adding all the time to the app. So that's a big value right there, especially when you're talking about subscription-based apps like that, where you get the workouts, the classes, and all that stuff, and the instruction. Don't forget about that. Very, very important in a monthly subscription model. I feel like the Fight Camp, like I said before, the app is the most mature that I've used. I enjoy it, and I feel like it's definitely worth it, especially on the hardware or the equipment. If you want to save a little bit of money, put that into subscribing into the app for even longer. But like I said, I'm not so sure, but I am sure that the bag holds up well. But if you're looking at the price of the bag on the website, even a year plus later, how many bags will you go through in order to reach the level of quality or price of the Fight Camp bag? You have to figure it out. If you want to go Everlast, Wave Master, stuff like that, save a little bit of money, see how that lasts, and maybe every 2 to 3 years, you swap it out. I don't know. But when I come back in another year or so and this bag looks exactly the same, it might be worth the money. That's just the way I'm looking at it. So you can figure it out for yourself. Fight Camp enables you to buy the punch trackers, the quick wraps, and that's it. If you want to buy those, buy a different pair of gloves, even shadow box without the bag for a while until you save up your money. There's all different avenues to get started, but I do believe the app is definitely a value that you should think about subscribing to that, and also using the instructional videos that I don't use in order to learn how to do this correctly. But I feel like it's a great value overall. It's still here in the Garage Gym 2.0, and I don't see the Fight Camp going anywhere anytime soon. Myself and my wife enjoy the workouts and enjoy even freestyle boxing and kickboxing, as you saw in the B-roll today. It's definitely a great option for your home or garage gym or any fitness space needs. And that's just my opinion. Leave your comment below. Let me know what you think. Also, we have an affiliate link for Fight Camp. When you buy, sometimes you'll save some money, but each and every time you use the affiliate link for Fight Camp or the other recommended brands from Stevie Richards Fitness, you end up supporting the content here, the YouTube channel, the brand, everything. And we couldn't be more grateful for your support. Most importantly, thank you guys so much. God bless each and every one of you. Have a great day. I got my head